President, I will sign that bill.
Now, I want y'all to use y'all minds with me right now. Now, Al Sharpton asked Kamala Harris that if she was to get the bill right now for African Americans to get reparations, would she sign that bill? And she said that she would sign it. Now, a lot of people is getting excited and they like, oh my goodness, this is going to be troublesome for Trump. But I want y'all as Black Americans to get this through your head right now. Over the years, they have called us many names, from African American to colored to Negroes and all of these things, right? Now, just because they call us African Americans, we are not African Americans. We don't come from Africa. We came from America. We were born and raised here in America. We are indigenous to America. America is our country. The reason why they consider us African American only because of our skin color. That's it. Other than that, we don't have no affiliation with being African. We have no affiliation with being from Africa. We have never been over there to Africa. African don't even like us, really. So if they was to sign a bill right now and say that they are going to give African Americans reparations, they can easily say that they are not going to give it to us because we are not considered African Americans. We are indigenous to America. We are not literally African American. It's because they call us that and you put that on your job application, it doesn't mean that's who we are. So if they was to sign a bill right now for African Americans to get reparation, that's exactly what that means. The African Americans can get reparations because Africans Americans are not indigenous here. They can easily change our name again and say, well, look, we're only going to give it to the African descent of America. Not the literally Black American that was born and raised here, because y'all got to remember, if you are a Black American that was born and raised here, we were born in America to be slaves, even though this is our country. America is owned by Black people. America is a very ancient old country that is originally owned by Black people. We were here first. But when they invaded us, they made us a slave in our own country. So Black Americans are considered indentured slaves. That means as long as you are a Black American and you were born and raised here, you are considered an indentured slave. That means you will never get paid reparations. You will never get paid for the work that you have done. Just because we go to work every day and all of this stuff, you will never get paid back from what has happened to us in the past. You will never get paid reparations for that because we are considered indentured slaves. Now, if an African from Africa come over here and work in America, that African can get paid because they was not born and raised here. They are Africans that is now in America working on African and working on Black soil. So just because we are claimed to be African Americans, we are not really African Americans. We are not African. There is no African in our blood. We don't come from Africa. We come from where we stand. We own America. We were invaded by the white man. When the white man came to the Americas, we was already here. They invaded us. Them Africans that you see that is here, they came from over there, from Africa. So just because they give African American reparation, they can easily say it doesn't include you. Because you are not African American. You are an American. You are indigenous here. You were born and raised here. So don't get your mind all hyped up because they saying that they're going to give African Americans reparations. They can easily give the Africans that is over there from Africa that came over here to work, they can give them reparations. They wasn't born and raised here. They came over here to work. So they're going to get paid for their work. We were born and raised here. This is our country. We belong here. They're not going to pay us because we are indentured to our own country. So don't get fooled. Don't get mind fucked by the words that they are telling you. Don't get all hyped up because they saying they're going to give reparations. Because we as black Americans, indigenous Americans, we are not African Americans. We are not. This is why they refuse to give black Americans a dime. They'll pay any other race reparation. They'll do anything for the other races, but they're not going to do it for the original black American that was born and raised here, because originally this is our country. We own it. They can get the Africans that came over here that worked, they can give them reparation because they are not from here. They don't own America. They belong over there in Africa. They can pay African Americans that came over here. If you are African and you got citizenship here, you can get reparations. Because this is not your land. This is not your country. You came over here to work. But if you were born and raised here, this is your country, you ain't going to never get paid a fucking dime because we are indentured slaves. That means whatever happened to our people back in the day, we would never get paid for that. Because we own this country. The Africans that came over here, they don't own shit over here. They came over here specifically to work, to make a living. Know that.